Welcome back to You on Cerga Realtor with Keller Williams in Fayetteville, North Carolina YouTube channel. And today we're going to have another story, real estate case, which I have pleasure to assist a buyer. So obviously we are living in a military area. We are close to the biggest military base in the world and in the nation, Fort Bragg, which is changed name to Fort Liberty. So a couple months ago, I was making calls for sale by owners, and I was able to speak with one of the owners about his property. I went there, I see the house, and eventually I find out this person is a Russian speaker. So obviously I switched talking with him from English to Russian. I find out a little bit more about the motives and the motives of this specific seller to sell the house by himself, what his plan for the future, and eventually he told me that like the phone number which was over there actually belongs to someone else, to his friend, and his friend is in military and he might be interested to buy a house. So it took me like about a couple of weeks or a couple of months to to keep in touch with this person, and eventually he told me like, oh yeah, my friend finally he decided to buy a house and he definitely needs somebody to show him some homes. So I started talking with this for sale by owner, let's say in about November 2022. And by January 2023, I was already starting to show to this gentleman, to this military buyer, homes. In the beginning, so obviously he got approved and we did all the paperwork about the, about the representation, and we start showing the houses. And in the beginning, first couple of months, he was looking for property, for fixer-upper properties, which he can purchase with convention, with the let's say rehab loan or with the hard money, and after this refinance. And this being said, we have one property under contract for about a month and a half, with a big piece of land, and the house was in the. It was like they started to do the rehab, but they didn't finish it. So we have the property under contract for quite some time, but for some reason, because of the financing and because the seller didn't want to accept the terms of the buyer, that the transaction was terminated, and the buyer was able to get his money back. It took another couple of months, so let's say by March, April, finally he was getting close to change his mind that he would take a house in a better and good condition. And every now and then, based on his availability, was going and we're seeing new homes in different parts of the city, in Rayford, Hope Mills, in Fayetteville. And let's say in about April, we find a property which you like, and that property was VA foreclosure. VA foreclosure, it's a specific way how you submit the papers and offers, and it's more difficult to go through all these processes, but we managed. We wrote an offer, the offer was accepted, and after this was negotiating between us and the seller what things need to be done to be, all the paperwork which VA authority needs from the seller and from the lender to make this thing happen. It was very, very stressful for the buyers and for the lenders, and at the same time with the attorney, because attorney and the lenders, they're supposed to like put the things together and provide to VA a specific type of documents in a very timely manner. Sometimes it was good, sometimes all this paper was provided late, and we were supposed to move the date of closing 2 to 3 times. Fortunately, or thank God, in the end, all the stars stay in place together, and was able to schedule the closing, sign the papers the same day, find the deal, and by the end of the day, the deal was closed. The buyer was able to get his deed recorded, get his keys, and manage to move in the day of closing, which sometimes is happening very rare, but in this case, everything went smooth. One thing which I want to pay attention about this specific case is this thing that after this bank crisis happening with the banks in around the world, and the Silicon Valley Bank in California, the things the underwriting, they're looking very, very, very careful on every single statement, all the details, in order to find the deal. So right now, I just realized that for all our colleagues who are in the industry, you need to take a specific attention for the timing for closing of a deal when you're assisting a buyer, because sometimes the approving a loan is taking longer than before. I hope that you like this little case study about another buyer, which I helped him to buy a house about a week ago. If you find this video useful and interesting, please leave a comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.